TNTMTheShow presents Comicast 318 with your host Pablo Gunner, and I am here to talk nerdy to you about this week's comics, which would be December 27th comics, the last comics of 2017. Usually we do like a little special thing for 2017. I don't know if we did last year. We're kind of slackers. I don't know if I'm going to do it this year since it's just me, you know. But once again, here I am to deliver these comic book reviews to you, give away any free digital comic codes, DC and Marvel alike. Too bad the indie titles don't do it. And it's too bad that more of the DC books don't do it. But hey, if we keep on harassing them, then maybe they will on both sides, DC and indie. Anyways, grade scale. Here at Talking Nerdy, we have this grade scale: buy, skim, / rent, pass. Of course, you can't rent. You could rent like graphic novels, I suppose, but we're not reviewing graphic novels here. We're reviewing comic book issues, the single issues. So I'm going to give it a skim. So that's a skim. But I also have variations for it, which is like, hey, if it's really strong, I call it a strong buy, okay? And if it's a weak buy, you know, you're just like, it's worth buying. If you got the extra cash, screw it. Yeah, why not? It's a weak buy. If it's a strong skim, you're like, oh, heck, this is definitely worth checking out. You gotta skim the art, go through some of the pages, see if you like some of the dialogue. Then it might, you know, check it out, read the whole thing. Then it may or may not. It might change after that. Skim, and then weak skim is like, if you got a lot of time on your hands, you got nothing going on, go ahead and skim it, but it's probably not worth it. And then pass. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the time. So we also have terms. I have the best book of the week, which we call here on the Comicast, TNTM the show, the back and bag. Put it in that nice back and bagging, the sleeve, the cardboard backing. It's the back and bag. It's the BBOW. That's the acronym, because I'm all about acronyms, because I'm a Navy guy. So yeah, that's where that is. And then there's runner-up. There's runner-up for BBOW. You know, there's always got to be a second place. You know, at the least. We don't usually do more than that. Some people like to cheat and be like, I got 2 runners up. Okay, we won't talk about that guy. But you know who he is. But so yeah, I also have a timer. If there's 2 of us reviewing it, it's 2 minutes. If there's 1 of us reviewing it, it's 1 of us. Obviously, you only see 1 dude here, unless you count you know, Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks, and then you know, that Colossal Titan and Eren Yeager over there. But in person, in the flesh, you know, it's just me. So it's going to be 1 minute per review. At the end, I will reveal my runner-up and BBOW, which is when I will probably spoil the most, because I have to go fully into explanation as to why I think it is the best or second best. And yeah, and also do some talking nerdy to you. I kind of forgot to do this last week, but whatever, I don't care. I did mention I got Captain America shield. There it is right there. Wife got it for me. Here's also the hoodie. I think I mentioned that. It does have the thumb. It does have the thumb things too. I just don't feel like wearing them right now because it's not that cold. I don't need it. But anyways, and I got these nice yoga pants, you know, right? Or not yoga pants, but these workout pants. And like I said, here's these shopos too that I got from the mother-in-law. But anyways, she also got me a Glock, the same Glock I'd use for work. So, and the holster and everything, so I can just, oh man, I can practice that. And watch out. This is not a house you want to come to. Anyways, that tangent. I'm going to talk nerdy though. I'm going to talk nerdy about this. What I didn't mention about talk nerdy. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. still going on. Still decent. Like I said, it has that very Doctor Who feel to it, which is something I did miss. I did miss the Doctor Who reveal of the new Doctor. I want to check it out. If you know a place where I can check it out, please tell me. Somewhere possibly, like I have Amazon Prime. I got Hulu. I don't know if it's on Hulu. I have Direct TV. Direct TV. Dish. I have Dish, not DirecTV. Screw DirecTV. Yeah, and of course, the internet and stuff like that. So I like to do stuff legally, but that's just me. So yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. not bad, interesting. It's getting more interesting. I will say so far though, there's also another. Oh, Runaways. Yeah, Runaways is getting good. Runaways is getting pretty good. They're going a lot more in depth, I feel like, than they did in the books, which is good though. It's good that because I feel like it was really rushed in the books. I really want to buy the books though, and they do have them at Twin Suns as far. I think I went there the other night, and they have all the volumes. So I need to write down the volumes that I have and then fill in the rest and then reread them and see what's different, so I can either complain about it or praise it or whatever. What else? Is there anything else? I saw Mother. Don't watch it. It's garbage. I saw the Trolls movie or the Trolls holiday thing. What else? I don't know. I'm still on the fence for for The Last Jedi. So that is something I want to talk about with JD the most. Even if we don't do it on a Comicast, I want to sit down with him and do that for sure. Oh, yeah, and I got Wolfenstein 2, played it, love it, it's awesome. There's something so satisfying about killing Nazis, and with awesome like laser guns. It's so cool. Like I've been playing Mass Effect 3, and I even played Assassin's Creed Origins, because I've got that one too. And that one's kind of hard to get into because they changed the controls so much and they changed so much of the game that it plays more like an RPG that I'm just not used to. I know I like it, but I'm getting used to it. Whereas Wolfenstein, so easy to get into, so awesome, so epic. I'm liking that a lot right now. Like so far, that is gunning for my #1 game of the year. I know I haven't played everything, but just of games that I've played this year. So yeah. And maybe I'll go over some of that stuff this time around and say what I did do, what is my favorite book this year, and what my favorite, characters and stuff like that. So possibly, if I remember, probably do it at the end or something like that. Anyways, let's get into these books. How about that, huh? Give away some digital codes, do some reviews. Oh, like I said, I do have a timer. I'm just going to give them all away because I don't have any new timers. They're stupid. Let's see. Where do I start? Okay, I'm going to start with this stack here, which is Nightwing, The New Order, number 5 of 6. There's only one more to wrap it up. It's $3.99. We have the same creative team, I believe, which is Kyle Higgins as the writer, Trevin McCarthy as the artist, Dean White as the colorist. And so we have Dr. Freeze, and he is going up against these like Teen Titans and stuff. And Nightwing is helping him. But he's also kind of like, I don't know, he's helping them, but he's not entirely on their side. He said, even though there's this going on, like, I don't completely side with you guys. I still side with them to a certain degree because, like, people voted on this thing. It's something that's been going well for a while. I just don't want to see my son go to prison or be in stasis and stuff like that. And so, yeah, then we have, like, Superman show up, but I don't know if it's Superman. He looks like Superman. I think it's Superman. Yeah, it's just really crazy. It's really cool. And then it's, something about the death of Batman and how it really changed him and how it really messed him up and how he may actually team up with Kate Kane in the end. I don't know. Really awesome, really intriguing. I like it a lot. I think it looks great, and I'm totally digging it. So I'm going to give it a strong buy. Not a contender. Next, I wasn't actually planning on picking this up because of who writes it, but it's Star Wars: The Storms of Krayt, #1. And this actually takes place, I think, after A New Hope, when they're looking for a new base, and they go to Krayt as one of them. So here's a reason why I wasn't planning on reading this or buying this, because of the writers Ben Acker and Ben Blacker, artist Mike Mayhew, which he's solid, but he's not the best. Just space fight is just freaking epic. They're on the run. You know, Han has this plan. It's working so far. Mon Mothma's there. Leia's there. They get Mon Mothma and Leia and Han like so perfect, spot on. They come up with this plan. They're like, all right, let's just go to Krayt. Luke is the one, though. The whole time, he does not look like Luke. Then you have Leia, and she's meeting with this guy that met with her father, that knows her father, and has even said, like, hey, your father saw the good in everybody. They go deeper into Krayt, so you find more about Krayt and stuff. And it's weird because, like, Luke is just being whiny, like, oh, if I wanted to be on a sandy planet, I would have just stayed on Tatooine. And, like, he was just being super whiny. You have Leia, and she's being a diplomat with this guy. She knows he's dirty. You know, they send the Scar Squadron after them and everything like that. And Wedge is fighting him. You know, I love the way that the growth, though, of Luke in this, how he really comes through and he's like, I'm just a farm boy from Tatooine, you know, just like many more. I felt like it really drives home that strong point in Force Jedi, in The Last Jedi, where it is anybody can be somebody. Anybody can use the Force. Not everybody's Force sensitive, but, you know, it could help them, you know, in certain ways. And that's the thing. And so this was, it just worked out really, really well. I liked it. The art looks pretty amazing. The Han and Leia stuff was superb. Next, it says Star Wars DJ Most Wanted, which is the stuttering code breaker guy. My dogs are barking in the background because they heard that ring. So anyways, yeah, it was a solid issue, and I like that they gave more background to this place. It bugs me, though, that when you watch the movies, you feel like you have to read comics and or books and video games to get the full 360 story. You shouldn't have to. I don't feel like movies should not be made that way. But it's Disney, and that's how it's being run now. And honestly, that's kind of how the prequels were, though, is there's a lot of stuff missing, and it's because it's in the books, or it's because it's in the cartoons, or it's other things like that. But anyways, solid issue, though. Looks really, really great. My only complaints with the art was that Luke did not look like Luke, but everything else was really, really well done, and it's superb. So it's such a minor issue. Such a minor issue. I'll give it a strong buy, but nonetheless, I'm not giving it a contender. Here's digital code. We have F for Falcon, Z for Zabrak. Is that okay? M for Millennium, W for Wilt. Let's see, U for Upend, S for Slam, 3-1, C for Clamp, A for Attack, 2, and V for Vector. Into the next book, it's Go Power Rangers, #5. We have Ryan Parrott as the writer, illustrated by Dan Mora, colors by Raul Anjulo, letters by Ed Dukeshire. And so this one starts with like some war going on. I don't even know what's happening. And then Rita's like, oh, I can lead you to victory. And then she freaking kills him. And you're like, what? And then you see the Power Rangers, and they're training with their Zords of what they can do. And Zordon's like, I don't know why you're doing this. You're just messing up your Zords. Besides, you can do all these things that you don't even know about like this and this and this and this. And it's like, well, thanks for telling us, Zordon. And then they're like, well, we got to get back to our regular lives and stuff. They're like, oh, homecoming's coming. And, Ben is, Billy's nerding out and stuff. And then this guy has things going on with the girlfriend, but he's actually been replaced and stuff because he's been captured. And so they're going into that. And they're starting to get on to that he's acting a little weird. They do a little more training with the Zords and stuff. And they're just like, I need to be hard on you guys because something bad. Jason's like, I need to be hard on you guys because if I don't, something bad can really happen and stuff. So it was really good. It was really great. I liked it a lot. It's really interesting. It's different, and I like that they're throwing like these curveballs, but it's updated at the same time. So this is another one where and it looks great and it's really interesting and really, really solid. And yeah. So, man, maybe I'm just in a bad mood or something like that, but I'm going to give it a strong buy, but not a contender. Cool. Speaking of bad mood. Lega's Phoenix Resurrection #1. When I bought this at Twins, I told these guys, I was like, hey, do you guys have this book? And they're like, yeah, we do. It's right here. And I said, this book's going to suck. And they're like, no, it's actually really good. Greg was like, it's good. And I'm like, no, I've already decided it's going to suck, and then I'm not going to like it. So don't try to change my mind because that's it. So anyways, it is Phoenix Resurrection #1, The Return of Jean Grey Part 1. Okay. And we have these different covers. I got the, lenticular cover and stuff. So, yes, we have all this random stuff going on. We have this redheaded girl. She's like bringing things back to life. There is a dead girl, and they kind of bring her back to life, and she's speaking backwards. Then the X-Men show up. The sheriff's like, we don't really need you here. And we're like, yeah, well, we use Cerebro, and this thing's going on. And then these kids that were there now, like they appear to be dead, and they're just floating in the air. Pause. Matthew Rosenberg is the writer. Lionel Francis Yu is the penciler. Gary Alanguilan is the inker. Rochelle Rosenberg is the colorist. Unpause. So, yeah, and then, they're just kind of having, a hangout. You have Beast explaining stuff, but he's explaining stuff in layman terms, which to me I don't think is Beast. I feel like Beast should just explain stuff in, nerd, geek terms, and then someone should be like, in English, but yeah, anyways, everybody chimes in and stuff. They split into different teams because there's all these different things going on, and they check them all out, and different things attack them, and those different things, they all kind of disappear. And some of them are really, really weird. And that ringing is really throwing my dogs off. So, yeah, it's interesting. In the end, we have some girl that appears to be Jean, and she's just living a normal life and stuff. Here's the deal. This book has absolutely nothing to do with the ongoing Jean Grey title that was going on, which it's over. But this, and I get that, hey, you shouldn't have to read that. It has nothing to do with it, though. Nothing at all. And that drives me freaking insane. You haven't even mentioned what happened to young Jean Grey yet, and I don't know why you're not explaining this to me. Okay? You just have this girl, unless this girl is supposed to be her. But I don't know that because you haven't explained anything to me. This is going to be nothing but a cash grab. Watch. I think it's a 5-parter. I want to say it's a 5-parter. And it's going to be nothing but a cash grab. It's going to be a giant flaming pile of shit. I mean, it looks great and it seems interesting, but what the fuck is the point of this book? I don't know. I can't figure it out. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't want it. I think it's a waste of money. It looks good. It meant nothing to me. It did nothing for me. I like the characters in it. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything to me. Okay? I don't do things like I want a story to go. Introduce nothing. It does nothing for me. I hate it. Just because it looks good, anything can look good. That doesn't mean it's great. That doesn't even mean that it falls into the buy category. Skim it if you want. Go ahead. Waste your time skimming it. Okay? I'm giving it a pass because it's not worth a shit to me. Okay? Sorry. I'm sorry I totally went off the handle there. Okay? This one's going to be rated R. I'll put it on the website. It's rated R on the iTunes anyway, so on the expletive, so who cares? Oh, God. I'm tired of Marvel's bullshit. Anyways, let's move on to Batman Beyond number 15. It's $3.99, so yeah, it has a digital code. Oh, wait, did that last one have a digital code? Let me check. Oh, it did have a digital code. Look at that. I really don't feel like giving it away just because I think it's a waste. It does have a digital code. Here, please tell me how this is stupid. Otherwise, you're an idiot. G for George, Z for Zach, V for Vince, G for George, T for Thomas, 4, M for milk, N for navel, B for black, V for Vince, 7, Z for Zach. Oh, God. Anyways, Batman Beyond, back to Batman Beyond, number 15, $3.99, has a digital code. So, in the last one, we had Ace breaking the back or appearing to break the back of Batman Beyond, whatever his name is. Tim something. But anyways, and then it shows it's a recreation. It's actually a recreation of Bane breaking the back of Batman and stuff. And then it's like him seeing it through the eyes. And then, of course, he's like, oh, yeah, did you think that was going to take me down? Yeah, this suit is better than that, And he takes out Ace and stuff. And he's like, whoa, he's messed up. And they're like, he's just a machine, whatever. So he takes out the Ace of Spades. Then there's this other guy that wanted him captured. But he's like, I didn't actually expect him to get the job done. I just wanted to challenge him, to test him. Then you have the son. You're the brother of him and of this guy, and he's training to be the next Robin. He's watching videos of him and Damian and stuff. And then someone attacks the house that is a woman, and they chase her. Then Terry, he goes to visit the girlfriend, and she's like, I don't really like you with the mask on and stuff. But then he has to, that drama. Someone attacks with her, and so he has to go save her and stuff, and that kind of business. So this one was really solid. It was really interesting. I like how they kind of cheapened what happened in the last issue, but they made it make sense. And so I wasn't that upset about it. It kind of made what I was upset about before go like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. This works, and I like where it's going, and I like drama. I always like how the personal life drama, with the superhero life, that's good stuff. So I like it. I dig it. You know what? In fact, so much so, I'm going to give this one a strong buy, and I'm going to give this one a contender. There's some interesting plot threads here. It looks great. Here's a digital code. Yeah, I probably should have saved this one, honestly, but I'm going to give it away anyways. DC for Detective Comics 91744, J for Jack 6, J for Jack 3, M for Mount, Q for Quaint. Okay, now I have Punisher the Platoon number 4. This is Max Comics. It's $3.99. Warren Ellis is the writer. Goran Parlov is the artist. Jordi Belair is the colorist. And so this one, you actually have these guys. They have these they're straight up hookers, like in I think it's Vietnam and stuff, and like it's crazy. It is filthy, and these guys are talking about it and stuff. And they also talk about this lady general who was on the Vietnamese side, and how, you know, how she's like, oh, I shouldn't have done this, but she captured this lieutenant and stuff, and now they can tear it. So anyways, his platoon is now on, they're not on leave, but they're taking a break. They swapped out with another platoon, and so they're just hanging out and stuff, and they're like, oh, how come you're not screwing around? He's like, oh, I got a wife, you know, and a kid, you know, and he's, what about you? And then this Green Beret shows up, and he's trying to freaking shove him around and be like, you guys screwed us over and this and that, and Frank puts him in his place, but not the way that you expected and stuff. And then you get backstory on this lady and why she hates the way she hates the Americans so much, because they did something really messed up to her village and her family and everything like that, and everything that went down. So yeah, this doesn't have a digital code, but man, this is good, solid stuff. This is a strong buy, and this is a contender. This is a great book. I bet it'll be even better in trade, but it's so good in issues. Next book is Teen Titans number 15. It's $3.99, so it does have a digital code. Super Sons of Tomorrow Part 3. It is Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason as the writers, Ed Benes and Jorge Jimenez as pencilers, Ed Benes, Richard Friend, and Jorge Jimenez as inkers, Dene Ribeiro and Alejandro Sanchez as colorists. You see the Titans Tower. It is wrecked. You know, you see the Titans and how they're all blasted all over the place and everything like that, and how Damien is going to save Superboy, and he's like, we're getting out of here. And then you see Tim has now changed his look, and he looks like the Red X, which is really cool because I've been watching Teen Titans, the old one, which I've never seen before, and that's what he looks like, and that's really, really cool, even though it's not Tim. I mean, it's not Dick Grayson. It should be cool to see Dick Grayson like that, like an evil Dick Grayson that way, you know. But anyways, kind of would have made more sense. But anyways, you have these people from the future, and they're trying to bring him back because they know that he's screwing up, and that like this time travel thing has been messing him up. And he does like kind of convince them to help him. This evil Tim does, but not entirely. And so he shows them through his mind, and they're like, okay, but this isn't exactly the way. So yeah, and it's awesome. It's pretty cool. And now they're on the search for him and stuff. And yeah, it's a really great issue. I liked it a lot. It was really interesting, really freaking super. I like it a lot, so much so it's a strong buy and contender. I'm gonna hold on to this digital code since I haven't held on to any yet. So it might be B-Bow runner up. Next, I have Thanos, number 14. Thanos wins. Donny Cates is the writer. Geoff Shaw is the artist. Antonio Fabela is the color artist. And so this one's just talking about Thanos and about his past and how he was born and how his mom wasn't actually, his mom was going to name him something else, but when she looked into his eyes, she just saw, and the name came out, Thanos. And you see like everything that he's done with this beautiful freaking spread that's just mind-blowing. There's a lot of amazing spreads here of just like his quests, you know, all the things that he's done, the future, you know, how he's messed things up. Then he fights his future self. He's like, oh, my future self wouldn't say please or ask for help. You know, and then he's like, oh, you know, I would if you knew this and stuff. And so he's like, okay, we'll see. I'm willing to see where this goes. So, and that's that. Like he drops a bomb on him figuratively, and we'll see where things go. It's everything leads back to love and something else. I'm not going to say. It looks phenomenal. It was just kind of like a lot of recollection, though, and a lot of stuff that, like, I've already read it. I already know of it. It's cool to see because it's cool to see recreated, but nonetheless, like, there's a lot of repetition. Thing is, if you haven't, this is a great jumping on point, even though last one was a good jumping on point, too, so is this one. So, yeah, it's a new creative team, so it's, you know, it works for that. So I'll give it, I don't know. I kind of want to, I'm intrigued for the next issue, but I'm kind of like everything. It's a lot of repetition, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know yet. I'll give it a strong buy. Not quite a contender. Like I said, I'm being harsh this week. Here's a digital code. F for Familia, Z for Zorro, M for Marcos, 5, X for Xavier, X for Xavier, A for Alamos, 4, D for Diego, H for Hector, N for Novella, and 2. We have The Flash, number 37. This book is $2.99. It is Josh Williamson as the writer. Still, Scott McDaniels is on pencils. Mick Gray on inks. Hi-Fi on colors. So this one we have the Rogues, and they're like doing their thing, but they're doing it while they're in prison, you know, running all this stuff. And there's all this crazy. You're like, oh my God, this guy's beat up, you know. August, you think you're like, you don't know if he's a good guy, he's a bad guy, if he's setting up Barry, if he's setting up Flash. You know, I love it, though, when Flash and when Barry and Wally team up, though, and they take bad guys down. Like, I just love their team up and stuff. It's so good and everything like that. This one does look a lot more cartoony, even though it is a little dark. You see, you know, things are going through. Everything leads back to the Rogues. But I like it, though. That's the thing is, like, I know it's repetitive, but it's so well done that I don't even care. I really do not give a damn because it's so well done, and I'm interested to see how they do it and where it goes. So, yeah, it's like I said, it's colorful. I prefer other artists. So not a bad book in the least. It's really interesting. I really like it. I'm going to give it a strong buy. Not quite a contender. Sorry. And that's it for now because it's time for a commercial break. And I just wanted to mention that there is a fantastic comic book shop called Age of Comics that does a lot of great stuff here in the Albuquerque area. Okay, Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's weird because like it is Osuna technically, but it's like, you know how San Mateo turns into Osuna if you keep on going west. So that's the deal in that situation right there for that dealio. But yeah, 3700 Osuna Road Northeast, Suite 513, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87109. Their phone number is 505-884-1776, and their website is asiacomics.store. And you know, they have all kinds of collectibles. They're open usually from 11 to 6, I think, most, like during the weekdays. On weekends it's 12 to 4, I think. And yeah, but they got Funko Pops. I got a cool pinball machine because now they're at this new location and stuff. It's really neat. Spider-Man pinball. They have a cool Sentinel in there. You take pictures with it, you know. So awesome. Which was actually made by Beck Miller and her crew, or maybe just her, from Just Cause Cosplay, which is only a few stores down from her. I don't know why, but I've been getting a horrible case of hiccups lately. But yeah, so they have tons of comics. They're hardcore about comics. Collectibles like crazy. They have a room, the vault, that's just full. I think they call it the Danger Room. I don't know why it should be called the vault, but anyways. Yeah, and those guys really know their stuff. I can't wait to talk to Matt about Star Wars. The other day I talked to Jeff about Star Wars. They're all hermanos, brothers. But the main guys are Greg, the oldest. Matt, I want to say, is the youngest. Maybe Jeff's the oldest. I don't think so, though. I think he's the middle child. But anyways, yeah. And so, yeah, great guys to talk to, nerd out with. They have Funko Pops, like I said, figurines, all kinds of stuff there. Graphic novels. I buy all my graphic novels there. You know, they're really good. They have a different system. You just tell them, you just write down on a card what you want, and then they'll add it to your list and stuff like that. And then the more you get, the bigger discount you get. And I'm so sorry for my hiccups. I don't know what the mother F is wrong with me. I think maybe I'm not drinking enough water. I don't know if that was anything to do with it. So, yeah. Check them out. They always put out a video, too. Or usually put out a video on Tuesdays of what they got that's coming out Wednesday. So, yeah. Check them out. Online, Facebook, you know, follow, give them a like. Go to location, hit them up. You know, great stuff. I'm going to get back to comics. Hiccuping them at all. I don't care. We have The Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows number 14. 8 years later. She's not a little girl anymore. And gosh dang it. Jody Hauser is the writer. Artist Nick Roche. Ruth Redmond is the colorist. And so they're having like this little carnival vacation, and then like the lizard broke out. So you have the mom, Mary Jane, she suits up. You have Spider-Man suits up, and you have the daughter, Annie Mae, suits up. I was a little confused though as to who is who. But the thing is, they all have different suits, even though Annie Mae and Mary Jane, their suits are similar. Mary Jane has like things on hers because her powers, she doesn't have real powers. So yeah, but yeah, it's really cool. There was parts where it was a little confusing, but I like how it changes the narrative. And I think this one was a Mary Jane focused narrative. It was really great. I liked it a lot. And they were like, oh, Spider Mom. And she's like, all right, I guess that's accurate. So, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I enjoyed a lot. Like I said, it's just like if they grew up and then they had a kid. It's a fantastic ride and blast. And I'm anxious to see what comes next, because the lizard, he just wants help. He wants help. That's what it comes down to. So yeah, phenomenal book. I had a blast reading it. In fact, you know what? I'm going to keep the digital code for this one. That's how good it was. Strong by Contender. Batman Detective Comics. $9.71. This is $2.99. We have James Tynion IV as the writer, Miguel Mendonca as the pencils, the Diana Agee as inks, and then Jason Wright as colors. So we have the Victim Syndicate, and they are messing things up for the city. I love it. They've taken over Arkham Asylum, and they've released everybody, and then Batman goes, I'm going to go to Arkham Asylum. I'm going to take them all out by myself. You guys go take care of this situation. And they're like, what? And he's like, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. And it's awesome because Batman's hardcore, and that's what he does. And really, they're going to go help Clayman. But it looks like they may have turned him, perhaps. But yeah, it's just hardcore. And it's awesome because Batman's hardcore. And he takes on all these people that look like the Syndicate. And Clayface, yeah, Clayface looks pretty hardcore. So yeah, this one is another. It's wicked. It's so awesome. I can't wait to see what happens. It's gonna be great. And god damn it, these fucking hiccups. And the damn dog's barking like crazy. I'm gonna give it a strong buy and a contender. Next is X-Men Blue number 18. Writer Cullen Bunn, penciler R.B. Silva, inker Adriano Di Benedetto, colorist just Rain Berretto. So they are in this other time. They get attacked by these other X-Men, and they're just like, they're fighting them because of course they're getting attacked. But they're like, we don't really want to fight. It's so cool though, like seeing these different people and how they fight. Some characters I know, some characters I don't know. So it's interesting, but it seems like time is messed up because of their own existence. You have Jean Grey, she's like the mad mistress, and then you have what's his name? The screaming dude, Starscream? No, not him. He's a Transformer. Sean Cassidy. And stuff. And so they realize that it's just a facade and that they're actually on the run and that everything's messed up because they existed in the timeline. And they're like, all right, we need to get out of this timeline and fix it. But then they end up in a different timeline, which is their... And that's it. Interesting. I am the most interested in the next... There's some cool art in this to see like what happened and stuff, but like the best stuff is like what's going to happen next. So this is a cool issue, and I'm going to give the digital code away. I'll give it a strong buy, but it's not quite a contender just because like it was the issue itself. I was like, okay. Digital code 09, N for no, 6, X for X-ray, 5, I for Icarus, 7, M for Mankey, 6, S for Saiyan, 9. Next is Superman Action Comics, $9.94. $2.99. It is, we have Dan Jurgens as the writer, art, story and pencil art, actually art there, Trevor Scott, Johnny Desjardins, and Joe Prado. As finished ink art, Hi-Fi does colors. Oh man, I had so much fun with this one. You know, I don't really care for Booster Gold that much, but Booster Gold was so good in this. I just like him a lot. I love how cocky Superman is, but he doesn't have his powers, so he really can't be as cocky as he is. And so he's getting his butt kicked, so he's really protecting him. And they're like, come on, we need to get out of here. We need to fix this. And then there's this other side plot with like Jonathan Kent and his mom, Lois Lane, and her dad and stuff like that. And so they do escape, but he's like, no, I gotta know what happened to my daddy and what happens and everything like that. And it's so interesting, but it's like, who cares at the same time? So, but it seems like somebody followed them or they ended up in the wrong time. So we'll see where they end up. So much time travel, man. It's crazy. So, yeah, I like it a lot. For me, the best part, though, was Booster Gold. Booster Gold was the real MVP in this book. I'm going to give this a strong buy. I almost want to give it not a contender just because of all the time travel, but I'm going to give it a contender anyways. Spider-Man number 2, number 5. Same creative team, I believe, which is, I don't know because it doesn't have it on here, but I'm going to say it's Brian Michael Bendis. Yep. Sarah Pichelli and Mark Bagley as pencils. Sarah Pichelli, Elisabetta D'Amico, and John Dell as inkers. Justin Ponsor as color artist. So this one you have Peter Parker, and he's like, I'm sorry, Miles, that I was mean to you and said that you shouldn't be Spider-Man. It's just that, you know, I just am a little insecure and stuff. And then they go beat up on Taskmaster. Then the other Miles, he teleports to another dimension because he wants to go find his alternate dimension, girlfriend, wife, whatever, and stuff. And yeah, they get messed up in the process, but in the end, it's just one of those things where everyone's like, all right, well, you know, there's this alternate timeline, and it looks like the Marvel timeline or the Ultimate timeline. And yeah, I don't know. This is another series where we are at 5, and I think it's of 5. I could be wrong, but this felt like a complete waste to me. I feel like this was a complete, like, it looks good and it's interesting, but it's nothing that could be accomplished in their own books or in something else. And I just don't care. And I just don't care. And I just don't care. I don't want to say it's a flaming pile of crap because it looks so good, but I do think it's a giant waste of time and money. I'll give this one a week. I'll give this one a week's skim at least, but that's the best it deserves. Here's a digital code. Tell me what you think. U for ugly, Y for yank, 2, Y for yank, B for blasted, X for X-ray, L for Logan, 9, T for Thomas, 8, I for irredeemable, L for Logan. Next, it is Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. Number 35, it's $2.99. Oh, this is the controllers stuff going on. That's what's going on in this one. So Robert Venditti is the writer. We have Herbert as the main artist, and then I believe Jason Wright as colors. And as I said, so they have arrived at this facility where the controllers are, and they're like, what are we going to do? Hey, and then guy's like, you know what? The best things are on 4 walls, 4 horsemen, a table. We got this. We can handle this. Let's just take them on. And so that's what they do. They kind of get their butts whooped, but then, of course, Green Lantern's light, Green Lantern's might, you know? And, of course, you have, like, they're stalling. They want to turn Saeed's wife into a controller, and he's getting pissed. She's pissed. It's crazy. There's a bazooka, and it's awesome, and it's epic, and it's so cool. And people are taking their licks and their hits, but they're still fighting on, and they're still doing it, and we'll see if they end up in time in the end because it's epic. It's the Green Lantern Corps. What can I say? It's awesome. So, strong buy, contender. Boom. That's it for the week. Now, I know I did miss some books, and those books probably would be B-Bow because I missed... crap, what did I miss? I missed Moon Knight, which I don't remember seeing at Twins or at Age, and I could be completely wrong. I may have seen those books there, but I did not. Oh, actually, you know what? Oh, Invincible Iron Man is another one I didn't see there, but it was on the list. And oh, here's another thing. There was actually a couple books that I did read. I'll go ahead and cover those books because I did read those. There's a few books that I did read, so I'm not actually done. Hawkman Found is one of them, and so I did read that book. That's a Dark Knight's Metal tie-in where Hawkman goes into like beast mode, and it's pretty freaking hardcore. So I'll go ahead and cover that one. You have Jeff Lemire as the writer, and then you have Hitch as the artist, and Nowlin, and then Sinclair as colors. But yeah, it's just about, you know, him, and he's like, oh, I was looking for this thing, and how he's like fighting, and he's like, I had these dreams of being a hawk and stuff, and then he fights these actual hawks, and he kills them, and he takes their wings and stuff, or not their wings, but he climbs up to their ship and fights them, and in the process, like, he keeps on having these flashbacks, and even takes one Thanagarian down. But then, like, in the end, yeah, he turns into this hardcore Hawk that continues in Metal 5, which was really hardcore and really badass, but it was kind of like, once again, I was just like, okay, this is cool. Don't see the point of it, though. I don't know why it really matters when it comes down to it. So, but yeah, so it looked amazing. It was really interesting, really well done. I'll give it a strong buy, not a contender, okay? The other one that I read, Doomsday Clock #2, and that one, this is one that I wanted to be really impressed with and just kind of wasn't. So yeah, it's you have this crew, and they're like the mimes. I mean, the girl's not a mime, but the guy is, and they have fake guns, and then they go to this place, and really they're just a setup to remind Dr. Manhattan, because Dr. Manhattan had a run-in with them, and so he does show up, but then he disappears too, and so they also Ozymandias, he has like retrofitted the Night Owl ship to like teleport dimensions, and so that's what they do with this nuclear bomb type thing, and so it teleports them to the Batman or the DC universe. And then you have Batman and like how he's like all this, he has to do this Rorschach test and stuff, and now they're all in the same world, and they're looking to bring him there to fix things. And so the comedian is now alive and going after them. And then you have more articles at the end, which I didn't read. I feel like it's probably great material to check out. But it was just one where I was like, I don't know, man. I was not that impressed with it. There was just something about it, and I was just like, okay, this is cool, I guess. But it was one like I can give it a strong buy because it looked cool and it was interesting, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just in the dumps this week, or I'm just being harsh on everything, whatever. But so that's it. So that's it. It is time for the B-Bow. It is B-Bow time, runner-up time. I'm gonna announce. Oh yeah, Amazing Spider-Man. Renew Your Vows 14, Teen Titans, that was really awesome. Green Lanterns, okay, that was freaking cool. Action Comics Booster Goals was so freaking great. And that Batman was just so hardcore in Detective Comics. Punisher was pretty legit, and Batman Beyond was really cool. I don't know though. I feel like it really does come down to 2 comics this week. And this one, I am going to go with Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows as my runner-up. Okay? That's what I'm doing as my runner-up. I don't remember what comics I gave away for digital codes because I mixed them all up. But I know I didn't give this one away. But yeah, it's just, I like it because it's Mary Jane's point of view, and she's actually training with Tony Stark, which is cool because you have her in the Iron Man comics right now, and so that connection kind of makes sense and stuff, and just the way it works, like, because she's always like, Peter, and I was like, why isn't she calling him Dad? Oh yeah, because it's Mary Jane, and I just like this dynamic. It's really cool. And it's really interesting. And it's just a lot of fun. And it's a whole new twist. And I love how it's brought me back into Spider-Man. So this is my runner-up. Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows 14. Here's the digital code. Q for Quasar, 517. M for Mason. R for Rage. A for Anvil. N for Nova. V for Victor. 518. But my best book of the week, it's going to have to go to Teen Titans #15 because it's Super Sons of Tomorrow Part 3, and it's getting more interesting, and they're adding new elements. And like I said, I love how Tim Drake now looks like the Red X, from the Teen Titans cartoon, and I know that that wasn't Tim Drake. I know it was Dick Grayson, but it's still really cool. So, and yeah, and just I love the connection too between Robin and between Damian and Jonathan. Like those two are really tight, and that's really cool, and I really like that. So here's the digital code for that. DC for Detective Comics 41722, X for X-Ray, H for Heaven, R for Rhyme, F for Film, M for Milton, R for Rhyme. Did I miss anything? Is there any codes that I didn't give away? Let me check real quick. I think I did give away the Batman Beyond book. If not, tell me, and I'll give it away somewhere. So, but that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I know I really went off the handle this time. I don't hashtag sorry, not sorry. But yeah, so I'm hungry and I'm gonna go eat and try to stop these hiccups. And I'm probably gonna play some more video games. Probably I don't know. There's so many good games I have right now. Probably some more Wolfenstein because it's just so cool killing Nazis. So it's timeless. It's timeless, good time. But yeah, so hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, thank you for watching, viewing, and everything like that. There's a few things that will be coming out. Some interviews, a little quick interview I did with Chris Claremont at Age of Comics when they had him there. And yeah, and then as well as I'm going to hopefully have time to edit some Japanese snacks videos. Hopefully I can attack that next. I hope. I know I've been saying that for forever. And then I'm probably also going to I'm going to try to do some streaming, I think, for all these games that I've been playing. So I don't know. It's weird because it's like the streaming screen ruins my viewing experience. Like when I play a game, I want to just pure do it, especially like Mass Effect or just games in general. But if I've already played it, I don't care about that. So, but anyways, that's it for me. Yeah. And so you can check all of our stuff out at TNTM the Show. That's our Facebook, website, Instagram, YouTube, Tumblr. I do hope to do another, Nerdy Fitness, but like I said, I did kind of injured, so I can still recollect what I was doing up until this point, but not what I'm doing after. I mean, I'm going to continue what I'm doing after, but not until I'm fully healed. But anyways, that's it for me. So thank you for watching. And talk nerd to me. I talk nerdy to you. Keep your old hoes hungry for comics.